Yeah, so the Dow Jones dropped 8% today, and they canceled the NBA season. But that stuff doesn't really matter. Who cares about that stuff when you've got this stuff? Seriously. It is, oh, and the other bad news is I was supposed to be here during this incredible sunset light, but things didn't work out the way I hoped with timing at my job that I put all these plants in for my buddy in St. Helena. And I didn't make it here when I wanted to. But I'm here now, and I'm alive, and the virus hasn't gotten me yet. And as long as that virus doesn't get me, or nothing else does, I'm gonna keep making these plant videos because I really like it. And you need to know about these plants. Supposing you survive this, you're gonna want a garden. When this is all over, this corona thing is over, you know, and maybe we're on to the Takati thing. You're gonna want a garden. And whoever's left is gonna wanna know what plants they should plant in their garden, whether I sell them or not. And this is one I do not sell. Well, I could probably order it for you. Anyway, where am I right now? This is so beautiful. Could be more beautiful with better lighting. I'm on top of my truck. Look what I do for you guys. Yeah, I just finished a big load of plants, and there's a bunch of stuff I have to take to the dump. The dump is cheaper in Vacaville, if you are wondering, like half the price of the Richmond dump. And this would be a good video of me jumping out of the truck. I could break my leg. I probably won't because I'm pretty good at this. Oh, did it, no problem. Anyway, let's talk now. Let's not talk about the Dow Jones. Let's not talk about the coronavirus. Let's talk about Cercis occidentalis and how beautiful this plant is. This is so pretty. Such a pretty plant. So here I am, one of my favorite places in the world. This is Lake Berryessa, 7th largest lake in all of California. It's not actually natural. It's not really a lake. It's really a reservoir. There's a dam right over there. At the bottom of that dam, you can skate the glory hole. Look that up. Giant 30-foot full pipe skatable. But in this region here is the California Redbud, Cercis occidentalis. It's such a beautiful native. And this is right at the moment at which it just goes off. And it's too bad I have better lighting. Look, here's a little baby. You can see the foliage. So this foliage actually gets a little bigger. It's super lush, super green. It's incredibly drought tolerant, which is so great. It's a small scale tree. It's usually multi-trunk, unless you train it, but on its own devices, it wants to be a multi-trunk tree. It gets moved around with seed. Basically, this plant is native in the California coastal ranges, rimming the Central Valley. And look, here's some Brodea. Should I get sidetracked? You know how sidetracked I like to get. Anyway, here we are. See if we can get some cool imagery here. Not sure how this is gonna come out. Look how pretty that is. So backlit flowers. So this tree is incredibly drought tolerant. It gets so hot here you can't even imagine. But this tree handles it. And look, it's just starting to get, the foliage follows the bloom right after the bloom. It's funny because it's called a red bud, but do you see any red in there? I don't see any red. I just see purple and lavender colors, but they really should call it the lavender bud. Look at that, that's so beautiful. I'm just gonna take a branch. Why not take a branch off? Show that to you a little closer. Look at how beautiful that is. There's actually an airplane company called, I think, Aon, and they use this lake to train. I believe that's one right there. Yeah. Let's see if I can zoom that. It's definitely one. Anyway, look that up. They're you can buy that plane for $190,000, and they'll train you on this lake. So my ranch is just on the other side of this hill where this lake drains out. Putah Creek is right over there. That was made famous by John Fogerty in his Green River debut album. Hi, John. Anyway, so here's the redbud. And what else can I say about it? So it has a seed that comes out later in the year, toward the end of the year, the seed pods. I don't see any seed pods hanging on the tree. Sometimes you see leftover seed pods hanging on the tree. It's most delicate, feminine, beautiful, flowering thing you can imagine. This tree has never been trimmed. It's just on the side of the road. They're here, there, and everywhere back here. It has a very lush look to the foliage. Once the foliage really gets going, it gets much larger than this here. This is really miniature right now, but this gets really big. It has a very lush look to it for such a drought-tolerant plant. Let's see if we can get some front lighting on it. See what it looks like. And let's see. What's curious about this plant is that down at my house, only 40 miles away as the crow flies or any other bird that would fly in a straight line, this tree is in my garden, in my native garden, and it's naturalizing there. And so I just keep thinking, like, how did 10,000 years go by and not a single crow or any other bird that flies in a straight line or otherwise take this tree down into that region and get it going? Because it doesn't exist in Lafayette, yet it naturalizes there now that it's there, that we brought it there. And it's only 40 miles away. And in this whole area here, as you can see, it's ubiquitous. It's kind of here, there, and everywhere. I'll get my focus locked again. This is really hard trying to video yourself. But back in the HGTV days when I had my crew, I had like 3 cameras and a sound guy and editor, all that stuff. But anyway, I'm the film crew, I'm the editor, I'm the sound guy now. So you'll just have to put up with it. But yeah, so today we had some bad, if you're watching this 10 years from now, you'd be like, hopefully I'm still alive. I don't know if I've got the virus yet. But I'm going to blame this on my buddy from high school, okay? My buddy from high school made a TV show starring himself. He's really talented. Of course, I think a lot of his other buddies were even more talented. I think he got a lot of his material from his other buddies. But yeah, Will Forte, Saturday Night Live, and he made this TV show called Last Man on Earth, and I believe it was about a virus. I'm blaming you, Will, for this virus. Now, life is now imitating art, as you probably know. And now, whether you drink Tecate, Dos Equis, or whatever, there's a coronavirus out there, and it's bad news. And it's here. The NBA got canceled today. The Dow's down 8%. But whatever. These bees, hear the bees? They don't care about that. They don't care. Because it doesn't matter. Most of us are going to survive, like I said, and we're all going to need gardens. And then when we all crawl out of our little caves, we are going to go down to Golden Gate Palms Nursery. Whoa, 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 whoa. Don't ever trust that. But yeah, we're going to go to Golden Gate Palms Nursery and buy some plants. Actually, I might not die of the virus, but I might die on this cliff right here. And yeah, Golden Gate Palms right there is where you want to go. Same colors in the logo as the beautiful, not so red bud. Cercis occidentalis, my friends. Beautiful in all gardens, especially native California gardens. Probably one of the most colorful pinkish plants that has the most amount of impact you can get. That's a California native, a local native, and it is one of the coolest things. And you'll see them scattered about through the coastal range here. Not sure exactly how far this plant extends. You can even see there's one right there. That's it, my friends. Stay well.